Glistening waters off Miami as the Sox get ready for game number 2 of a 3-game series from Marlins Park in interleague play this Saturday evening. Thanks for joining us once again. Jason Benetti, Tom Paciorek along with you. Sox put up 12 hits in the game last night, a third of those from the top of the lineup card.
Adam Eaton was great. You know, the Sox really needed a hero last night, Jason, and they got one. The very first batter of the game, Adam Eaton singles up the middle. They needed to get on the board after a tough luck loss the previous night in Kansas City. So Adam, to top it all off, went 4 for 5 on the night, igniting the White Sox offense, and hopefully more of that tonight against a tough left-hander in Conley for the Marlins.
Well, you talk about a tough left-hander. The Sox certainly had one on the mound last night.
Oh, Rodon was absolutely brilliant. 6 quality innings, and he made great use of his fastball. I'll tell you, one guy that is glad that Rodon is not pitching tonight is Christian Yelich, their fine left fielder, who punched out all 3 times that he faced him.
Well, you talked about Conley for the Marlins. James Shields going for the Sox tonight, trying to bounce back from a rough start against the Orioles last time.
Well, we need big game James, as he was known in Tampa Bay for so many years. He has been brilliant at times this year for the Sox. But you want to throw out those last couple of starts that have just been mauled, especially in his last outing against the Orioles. Conley, on the other hand, has been very consistent with a 4-run record most recently. So it's a good pitching matchup tonight. Hopefully the real James Shields shows up.
Well, the Sox kept the Marlins offense pretty much off the board last night for the bulk of that game. See if they can do it again tonight with James Shields on the hill. Beautiful Miami. Enjoy the sights and sounds along with us. Game 2 is just around the corner in the shadow of the beach.
on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Toyota. Discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Audi. Truth in engineering. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
For the most part, a lovely day in Miami as we get you ready for Game 2 of a 3-game series between the White Sox and the Marlins. The roof is closed. It was actually in the process of being closed as the Sox inhabited that first base side dugout before batting practice today. Chris Sale enjoying himself before his start tomorrow. And an overall upbeat clubhouse for the Sox after a win yesterday. Robin, a greeting for Tyler Saladino. And our Xfinity Speed Action Replay, our high-speed action replay, goes like this. It's from yesterday. That's young Dariel Abreu, car in hand. Age 5, watching his dad play for the first time at Major League Baseball, and dad drives in a run. Sox 2 hits. And overall, a wonderful day for the Abreu family, which is here once again tonight.
More pop. Well, last night he specialized in potato chips. Tonight it's popcorn. A delicacy. Hopefully it'll be that home run that he requested yesterday.
He asked Dad for a home run. Didn't get it yesterday. However, he did get a foul ball into the suite.
Unbelievable.
Late.
How does that happen?
Dive right in there, Dariel. Sharing is caring. Starting lineup presented by Kia for the White Sox tonight. It's Adam Eaton at the top after 4 hits yesterday. Then Saladino and Cabrera. Abreu, Frazier, Tim Anderson on a 6-game hit streak, the second longest in his career. Coach Navarro and Big Game James grabs his stick in the 9th spot.
And the Honda City defensive setup for the Marlins. This is Don Mattingly's defense. Christian Yelich in left field. Marcelo Zuna plays center. Giancarlo Stanton is in right. Martin Prado is at third. Adeni Echeverria is the shortstop. D. Gordon at second. Derek Dietrich, watch this guy. He can really swing the bat at first base. And JT Real Muto, the real thing behind the plate.
None of those fake Mutos for you. Our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher for the Marlins is Adam Conley. Lefty out of Washington State in his second year in the majors has been very good. A 3.70 ERA and 126 plus innings for the Fish. And the umpires for tonight's game shifting one spot. Scott Berry has the plate trip. Gibson at first, Hunter Wendelstedt at second, and the crew chief Jerry Lane is at third. Marlins Park for the second time. The Sox visiting ballpark, and we are ready for baseball. Conley to Eaton for his pitch. Strike. Boy, last night Cashner for the Marlins had trouble throwing strikes early, and that did not bode very well for him against the Sox offense.
Well, you can't walk that leadoff hitter. Anytime you do, it seems like he scores. And Cashner, he did make some good pitches, but certainly not enough.
Sox got after him really early in that game. Eaton a single, Saladino a double, then Melky and Jose Abreu back-to-back singles. The first 4 were on and 2 were in.
Yeah, you could concede that the Sox were going to get about 4 or 5 in that first.
Another ball to Eaton. 3 balls and a strike to Adam, who had his second 4-hit game of the year last night. There's a strike. 3-2 from Conley.
Funky left-hander with another different delivery. Reminiscent a little bit of Chris Sale. Whoa!
Up and in. Watch your head. Ball 4.
That's something you really don't expect on the 3-2 pitch. So the leadoff walk, the dreaded leadoff walk. Turn your head away. Very good. Turn your shoulder into it if you are going to get hit by that pitch. That's the way to do it. That's no fun.
Well, I say turn the beat around, but that's not the percussion you love to hear ringing in your ears. Saladino, the batter, 1 on, nobody out. There's a bunt from Tyler. Conley is off the mound for it. Just does nip Saladino. Eaton to second base.
Doing the little things right there, setting up man in scoring position for the 3 and 4 guys in the Sox lineup.
Melky Cabrera and Jose Abreu on the way, as we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Minerva Valley Cable in Zering, Iowa.
Zering, Iowa, yes. Where is Zering? They got all your money there?
So that's where it went.
Most of mine is.
See, nowadays they just do a transfer and they get your routing number. Yeah. It's easier to get all your money.
Explain that to me later, please.
Yeah, we have some time. Last night was 3 hours, 22 minutes. Here's Melky. We've talked about the consistency that Melky Cabrera has had this year. The most he's gone without a hit is 3 straight games, and that happened once.
Yeah, you got to have that guy that's going to, that's how you hit 300. Stay out of the slump.
Nothing in 2 from Conley. You said he's got a little Chris Sale in him.
A little bit, yeah. Not quite as funky as Chris, but he's got elbows and kneecaps coming at you. I think he's very deceptive, and I think that 92-mile-an-hour fastball looks more about 95 to the hitter. There's strike 3.
That was 89 and locked Melky up, 2 down.
Yeah, it did. It wound up right over the middle of the plate. Looked like a good pitch to hit, but it froze him. Must have had some late movement. Look at that. He's all coming at. I'll tell you that. That's a good delivery. That's tough.
Yeah, ball goes behind the back. He's got his first strikeout. Eaton at second, 2 down for Abreu. And a strike. Fastball average for the year for Conley is 91.
Like I said, I think with his delivery, it appears to the eye of the hitter to be at least 93, 94. Oh,
to right field and fair into the corner. Sox have the early lead again. Abreu lights up the scoreboard with an RBI double here in the first.
There's the family. Jerry, I'll say it wasn't a home run, though, man.
Come on, Dad.
Great job of hitting. Let's check out the location of it. It's out over the plate. And Abreu, as we have seen so often, wants to get those arms extended. Actually, that came back kind of over the middle, but a nice job of inside outing the ball. Hands going before the barrel of the bat. That was a bullet right down the right field line.
RBI number 63 for Abreu, and Frazier with a chance to build on the lead here in the first. A lot of chances last night, Wimpy. We talked about it. Sox stranded 11, had 12 hits, and they get a run in with 2 out here in the first.
Yeah, that clutch hitting, that 2-out RBI is very difficult to get, especially against a good pitcher. But you had your best hitter, your cleanup guy, Abreu, who has had 2 magnificent years and is really picking things up here in this third.
Hitting the ball well recently. 2 for 5 last night. 1 for 1 tonight. Now Frazier on 0-2. Down and in.
Jose's got to get a good jump. We talked about their throwing arms in the outfield. They're all pretty good, especially in right and center.
Ozuna in center, Stanton in right. We saw Stanton try to throw Frazier out at the plate last night on a sacrifice fly. The velocity and the strength of the arm was there. The accuracy was not.
A little bit off, yeah. But we see once again they're bunching in the outfield, taking away the extra base hit in the gaps. They're giving the lines.
Strike 3. 2 punch outs in the inning for Conley, but sandwiched in between was a big hit for the Sox. Jose Abreu drives in Adam Eaton, 1-0 Sox, and the Abreu family rejoices here at Marlins Park. First-year skipper of the Marlins, Dee Gordon at the top, then Martin Prado has hit the ball well recently. Yelich, who struggled last night, as we told you about, the only newcomer in the lineup as a starter is Derek Dietrich, the first baseman. He bats 7th.
And the Honda City defensive setup for the Sox: Cabrera, Eaton, and Coates in the outfield. Frazier, Anderson, Saladino, and Abreu around the horn, and behind the plate, Dioner Navarro.
As 34-year-old James Shields throws his first pitch, and it's grounded to Saladino. 1 out. Our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is pursuing perfection so hotly he's got an out before we introduce him to you. He has a 5.43 ERA combined, and the 6 starts prior to the last 2 were outstanding. Baltimore's a tough matchup for him.
Yeah. Well, Baltimore's a tough matchup for anybody. Boy, they got some pounders in that lineup, and especially if the conditions are good to hitting, you got to make perfect pitches on an offense like that. But they got a good team here too, so he's going to have to do pretty much the same thing here tonight. Off to a good start.
It's an Orioles offense that's led the American League East entering play today. A little bit high. Fun race in the East. Orioles are
yes.
half game up. Red Sox are behind the Blue Jays by a couple. There's a strike, 1-1. Great numbers against the Marlins for James Shields, and he's got 2 complete games his last 5 starts against the Fish.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it out. Actually, it didn't catch the inside corner. Well, he's used to pitching in domes too. He pitched for Tampa for a number of years and was their ace.
Up and out, 3-1 on Martin Prado. You know, yesterday Andrew Kashner started for the Marlins. Shields today, it's a San Diego Padre reunion. They were both traded.
That's right.
From San Diego this year. There's Mr. Kashner.
Beardless. Thank you.
On 3-1, a pop-up. Saladino for out number 2.
Ooh, he swung at ball 4. Thank you very much. So Yelich will hit with 2 outs. Yeah, I thought one of the big plays in yesterday's game was in the 6th inning when the Sox were leading 4-1. Giancarlo Stanton leading off that inning. Swung at a 3-0 pitch over his head and made an out, which really set up the Sox for the rest of the ball game. You know how that leadoff man walks just kills you.
And in a game when Carlos Rodon throws over 120 pitches, save him an extra batter, let him get through the 6th.
Yeah, he might not have gotten through the 6th, even though he had great command of his fastball, but That leadoff walk just leads to a lot of bad things.
Bad vibes. Yelich rolls over. Saladino has all 3 outs in the inning. Smooth sailing for James Shields at Marlins Park. Sox lead 1-0. As you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. You enjoying a cold one?
Not now, not yet. After the game.
I was just talking about the temperature here as compared to Kansas City.
I love it. I like this ballpark. I really like it closed. Air conditioning feels good. Lot to be said about domes.
Tim Anderson, what is there to be said about domes?
A lot of things. You start on time, you finish on time.
Anderson, a foul ball. That is, unless there's a leak, unless a piece of it doesn't. That's happened before, right?
Kingdom, yeah.
Kingdom was leaky.
Oh, it was. We called it the King County Morgue because there wasn't a whole lot of fans attending.
Ball and 2 strikes
During
on Anderson.
the day.
Yeah. It's an interesting ballpark. I mean,
yeah.
You've got the sculpture out in left center field. You have the fish behind home plate, the live fish in the aquarium. There's that sculpture, the home run sculpture. Anderson scorches it down the line, and Tim's off and running around first. Into second with a leadoff double for the Sox here in the second inning.
Well, Tim started swinging the bat well last night. He was 1 for 3 with a sac fly. That's his 12th double of the season. And that was a slider down and in. Good job of keeping that ball fair. Actually down inner half. Drops the head. No chance for Martin Prado, who was playing way off the line. So now, Mr. Coates, you must hit the ball to the right side of the field. Get him to third.
Got Navarro coming up after that. And then the pitcher's spot. So Coates, who's 3 out of 25 and had his first career RBI a couple of days ago in Kansas City. I asked him, did you get the ball? And he said, no, I didn't get the ball. Well, why not? It's your first RBI. And J.B. Shuck was standing right next to him. He said, I don't care about my first RBI.
Wow.
What about first hit, first home run? Everybody's got those.
That's
first RBI doesn't go into
true.
the case.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday he'll regret that.
You don't have your first RBI.
No. It took too long to get it, I think.
I thought you'd relish it even more because of that.
Yeah, that's true.
1-0 on Coates. A ball and a strike. Time for our picks to click tonight. You can vote online. Don't forget at whitesox.com/picks to click. Jose Abreu to the fans. Todd Frazier to the crew. You're going Melky. And James Shields is my guy tonight. Got a win with Carlos last night. So
Yes, you did. You doubled down. And why am I always in last place?
no matter whether or not it's a full season, portion of a season. Well,
Hey, I can't catch a break, you know?
you don't have any pick-to-click respect, is what you're telling
No
me?
respect at all.
Hawk used to take Frank all the time.
Big hurt.
As I recall.
Uh-oh.
In the air from Coates. Gordon. Out number 1.
You can follow Dan Hayes, our White Sox insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Escape your everyday shop, The Great Escape. They had to make a movie about that.
About pools and patio furniture?
Putting this stuff in the wrong place.
Oh. It's a
bad
thrilling
reader.
Francis Ford Coppola presents.
Get Steve McQueen.
Here's Navarro. Anderson at second in time call. By the way, Dan Hayes looked like he got hit by a semi at the ballpark today.
Why?
Dan might have had a late breakfast.
Good for him. He's entitled.
Uh-huh. There's a strike to Navarro, who didn't play yesterday. Omar Narvaez was on base 4 times. Adam Conley, 26-year-old left-hander, delivers a foul ball. 0-2. Got the pitcher spot up next. So you get the out here, and you're feeling pretty good about your ability to pitch over that leadoff double.
No doubt. Big advantage we talk about. National League club in their ballpark. Pitcher's not used to hitting.
Sox, though, all time have the 3rd best record in interleague play of any major league team. 198 and 159. That's a .555 winning percentage.
Very good. Wow.
It's all his time with the New York Mets. Robin. Two strikes on Navarro in the dirt.
Oh, boy.
It's a totally different game. National League to American League.
I think it is. You see a lot more bunting, a lot more little things going on in the National League. American League kind of built to hit it out of here.
Up the middle, base hit, Navarro. Anderson scoots around third, and the Sox get another. Navarro comes through. It's 2-0.
Wow, great 2-strike hitting by Deonner. That's his 28th RBI of the season. Looked like he broke his bat. Not a bad pitch, down and away fastball, but kind of digs it out, hit it up the middle. That's what you got to do. Look fastball away. He made a nice adjustment.
And that first White Sox run coming earlier. This is number 2, and with that, eClick Lending has donated $100 to the Pat Tillman Foundation, supporting military veterans and their families. Shields to bunt and foul. James Shields is not a bad hitter for somebody who came up in the American League. He's a 167 career hitter. This is 176, 3 out of 17 this season with San Diego.
Tell you, watching Jose Fernandez hit batting practice today. You talk about a hitter. He looks like a guy that can play regular. I mean, he was in some monster shots out of here. So that gives him such an advantage over the opposition because he can pitch, he can field his position. Actually, he can run pretty well too, and he can really hit much better than anybody he's going to face all season.
Big rip there from James Shields, fouled away.
That would have been an interesting matchup, huh, tomorrow with Jose Fernandez against Chris Sale. Them hitting against each other would be really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. You were talking to Jose yesterday, and he said, I wanted to pitch against you guys,
yes,
but they pushed me back, innings
right,
and everything. Sale can hit a little bit, too. He said he didn't do much of it in college, but had a couple quality at-bats. In the air from Shields, and 2 down as Ozuna collects it back to the top of the card. So Adam Eaton, who's been a very tough out in this series, he's been up 6 times, he's been on 5. It's interesting what Robin Ventura said about him after the game. He said, look, Adam sometimes tries to fit the spot he's in the lineup. Now he's just playing.
Yeah. Good slider right there. You saw earlier the graphic, 65% of his pitches by Conley are fastballs, and then the other two, about 15% each, slider and change.
He's been all over the strike zone so far. He's 8 out of 10 first pitch strikes. Usually that won't put you in a 2-run deficit.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it was good hitting by Abreu and Navarro. Got those 2 RBIs in.
Sox yesterday put up 4 runs. The Marlins had no answer for the deep end of the Sox bullpen. Nate Jones, David Robertson were outstanding in the back end.
Yeah. Yep. Rodon set the whole thing up though with those 6 solid innings. Hey, that fastball of his was outstanding. I think Carlos, he takes a little bit off that slider and develops a changeup, and it's not much either.
Couple miles an hour.
Couple miles an hour on each one. I'll bet you he'll see some dramatic results. They'll make even less contact on the fastball. 122 pitches last night. Struck out only 4, but he had some bad swings.
Three-two. Eaton
Wow.
lays off. Nicely done. Back-to-back walks for Eaton in his first 2 trips up. So 4 singles and 2 walks for Eaton in 2 games of this series, and we're only in the 2nd inning of the 2nd game. And here's Saladino, whose sacrifice bunt moved Eaton over in the first. Left-hander Adam Conley out of Washington State University, where he was a former closer. In the lovely Palouse.
Pullman,
Washington.
Oh, okay. The Cougars. Oh, yeah.
Saladino to left field. Yelich is back and one hops the wall. Navarro scores. Eaton follows. Saladino with a 2-run double. It's 4-0.
He jumped all over this fastball. Navarro scores easily from second, and Eaton was trucking. Great job of base running. Adam gets a tremendous jump. That's pretty much center cut fastball. He dials it up. A perfect swing right there. Right at the 386 sign. Boy, his head was behind the ball. You see DeHonor. Look at him go. He's gonna, come on. He's gonna score. And right behind him is Eaton, who is flying around those pillows.
Any chance you love watching DeHonor run?
No. I think Adam beat him to the dugout.
Well, Adam's got to watch cutting those bases. Don Mattingly's apt to challenge
That's true.
every one of them. He got 2 appeals to second base yesterday. Here's Melky up the middle, second base Gordon. And we're going to have to save the Deontay Navarro replay until the third. Audible groans. 4-0 Sox. Leading 4-0.
Oh, so you want to be a major league player, huh? White
do.
Sox and Dodgers have a fantasy camp coming up January 15th through the 21st in Glendale, Arizona at Camelback Ranch. For more information, call Fantasy Camp Hotline at 623-302-5078. You can also sign up by whitesox.com and click onto Fantasy Camp.
That is always a great time. Isn't
Oh,
it?
it's fun. It's fun. Art Kushner, Tommy Lasorda, two greatest storytellers in the world.
Stanton, a long one. Number 25 for Giancarlo Stanton.
Well, when he hits them, they stay hit, don't they?
Oh boy.
Well, he didn't waste any time.
Woo.
First pitch fastball, got his arms extended. See how he stayed closed this time. Yesterday, he was really flying open. You know, watching him in batting practice today, Jason, he wasn't hitting those bombs out of the ballpark. He was just trying to hit line drives up the middle, and I think it really paid off in that first swing.
That's why our Ford home run replay comes in game and not in batting practice. Stanton providing that for us tonight. Anderson at short on Ozuna. Tim has out number one.
Great play by Timmy. He's been throwing some leather in this whole road trip. A little bit of a hesitation, but a strong throwing arm. He made sure he got set enough to throw the ball so it wouldn't slip out of his hand. That was key. Great throw, good stretch, and the first out of the inning.
So one down for JT Realmuto, the catcher, who just recently had an 11-game hit streak broken a couple days ago against the Giants. Second base, Saladino. 2 down. 12 pitches for Shields through 1 2/3.
Well, the key is James to get back on that horse. He gave up the long home run, and hey, just keep throwing strikes. Some good things might happen. That might not happen every time with a young pitcher. And of course, he knew he threw first pitch fastball knowing that he's got a 4-run lead. So if you hit it, hit it. Take your cap off.
So 6 batters, 1 home run, and 5 balls on the infield as Dietrich takes ball 1. You're talking, we got rudely interrupted by Stanton's power. You're talking about Art Kushner and Tommy Lasorda telling stories.
They are the two best storytellers I've ever been around in baseball. And they'll both be at fantasy camp this year. So if you really want to have a good time and mix in some baseball occasionally.
Art's on this trip, Art Kushner.
Yes, he is.
With the Sox.
Cave.
That's a deep fly ball to right field. Coates is back on Dietrich's ball, and Coates can't make the play. Dietrich peels off for third with a 2-out triple that Coates will want to have back.
Yeah, that ball had a lot of hang time. It carried, and he's at the fence, and then he misjudges it pretty much. There's a play that really has to be played. You got to run to that fence. You got to sprint there. And certainly a catchable ball. That is the lower part of the fence. Not used to this facility, I think, would be blamed on that, but that's a catchable ball.
Triple number 5 for Dietrich. Echeverria the batter, and we'll see if Shields pitches to him with the pitcher coming next.
Yeah, that's one of those cases. This guy's dangerous. He's much better than that 250 batting average indicates. I might want to go around him.
Stayed off the edge, 1-1 on Echeverria.
Well, a veteran pitcher like Shields can throw those tempting pitches like that just off the plate outside, and if he swings at it, great. He's not going to do much damage, but you don't want to put anything, certainly in this situation, over the plate like that one.
To left, Melky is on the move. Sox will take it. Dietrich stranded at third, 4-1 after 2. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Some news and notes from around baseball. The Yankees, Tyler Austin and the big kid Aaron Judge. First teammates to hit homers in their first major league at bats in the same game. They did it back-to-back, 8-4 the final. And Jonathan Papelbon is gone from the Nationals after the Mark Melancon trade released today by Washington. How about that?
You know, it's interesting because a lot of teams are just cutting bait. You know, they're just getting rid of guys when they think that they're not going to be able to help them in the home stretch, and I think Papelbon's a great example of that.
He had the whole thing last year with Bryce Harper, and that was ugly, but they decided to hang on.
I was surprised they did. Were you? They hung on to him.
Yeah, especially you go after Bryce Harper. I mean, they're going to build statues of him before it's over, you'd think.
Yeah. I thought Harper handled that whole incident very well. Very professionally.
Abreu to right field. Stanton coming over, and
Stay
it
fair.
is foul.
Whew, he had a long run, as we mentioned. They are bunching everybody's in the gap, trying to take those gaps away. Fortunately, that was what the Sox were doing last inning on Echeverria's ball. Melky made the play in left center. There's that inside fastball. Fighting it off, and it is, oh yeah, few feet foul.
I think that's on you. Your stay fair was a little bit late.
Yeah.
Had you gone earlier.
Well, I thought he might get there, see, to catch.
Oh,
So
that's a layer.
I have always an excuse, you know that.
What?
Never my fault.
1-2. Echeverria is there. So 1 away. You know, Papelbon too handled the situation pretty well afterwards. Jason Worth had an interview on field. He had just won a game for the Nationals, and one of the reporters was interviewing Worth, and he referred to the DC Strangler in the interview.
Oh, okay.
And that was evidently Papelbon's nickname in the clubhouse, the DC Strangler,
great.
after last year. Frazier takes ball 1. Todd in search of a home run here. This is one of 6 active ballparks where he's not hit a home run. A fact which was not lost on him. He's got a list on his wall.
Good chance here on 2-0 to get something. Oh no. Or throw your bat at.
Rarely do you see the bat go into fair territory on a swinging strike.
Yeah. Woo.
Todd's reaction.
Stop it, Todd. That's what Conley's thinking right now. And a little more pine tar. You know, I don't ever remember doing that once.
At
My
all?
whole- Never. I guess I didn't swing hard enough.
Yeah.
And you know, I never used pine tar. Just maybe a dab.
So a
I
little
see
bit.
guys, yeah. You know, Dave Winfield used to get hits throwing the bat at the ball. It's amazing how some guys do, and well, actually most guys don't, thank goodness.
Remember, Todd had, what was it, 2 of those yesterday? He's
Yeah.
thrown his bat at least once in the series so far. Before that.
Yeah, down the third baseline.
3-1. And a walk.
He'll take that. Join the White Sox for Zubaz Palooza on Thursday, August 25th. When you purchase tickets using the Zubaz code, you will receive a specially priced game ticket and a voucher for your White Sox Zubaz pants. I can't wait to get mine. Look at that. That's a good look.
That's, I think you'd look real good in Sox Zubaz.
Very nice.
Would those be your first Zubaz? Or do you have a whole catalog of them?
I had a pair before, but they wore out in the back.
Well, what? I was going to leave it at that, but all right.
What was the mascot that was wearing? That was
That was Southpaw.
Southpaw. Yeah, back when I played, it was Ribby and Rhubarb.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know which one was the elephant, but he ran me over in his motorcycle one day as we were taking fly balls.
Is that right?
Yeah, never stopped, never did anything. I just laid there for a while.
Do you have elephant tracks?
I
On you?
felt like it. Not many guys get hit on the field by a motorcycle or motorbike, whatever they call those
A
things.
scooter?
Scooter, yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, I was catching a fly ball. That's what you used to do pregame. Remember when they used to take infield every day? And
Yeah.
then you'd hit fly balls to the outfielders kind of to get the feel of what was going on? Nah, not anymore.
So you were waiting for a fly ball to come down?
Yeah.
And you got hit by
Actually, I
Ribby
was
or
running-
Rhubarb?
Yeah, whichever one was the elephant. Please, somebody tell us. Send it on your Twitter or whatever the heck you use.
Now you're taken by
I can't-
Twitter?
Yeah, it was either Ribby or Rhubarb, the elephant guy.
All right, folks, which one was it? Ground ball to third. Prado to second. Turn to first. We're going to have to wait to the bottom of the third to figure out which one was Ribby and which one was rhubarb. Prado starts the double play. 4-1 Sox in Miami. Sculpture. Sox fans, show your team pride with White Sox checking, an official White Sox MasterCard debit card, only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Sox to learn more. Member FDIC. $2.5 million for the home run sculpture.
There's Billy.
Is that Billy up there?
Yeah, Billy. Oh, no, that's Vinny. Billy's on the bottom.
His croupier cousin.
Evil brother.
Bottom three at Marlins Park. James Shields bankrolled to a 4-1 lead.
Hey, you know what?
What's up?
Did that go off when Stanton hit the home run? I didn't even see.
It did. There were lights.
Okay.
There were flying fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Conley 3 for 39. Bowling a strike to him.
Did they get a distance on that homer? It was 4 and some change, I would think.
It went right over that scoreboard in left center. It's a ballpark that, I mean, it used to be about 420 to center.
Yes.
For Stanton to deal with. Now 407 straightaway center field. See those hedges in center? There's a little bit of a line, a black line where the fences used to be. Into left center field. Conley has his 8th major league hit.
Wow. You couldn't have thrown that ball out there any better than that. Well, when you make contact, you got a chance. That's not a pretty swing. Pretty much one-armed it out there. Right in front of the defense.
Well, it's not for lack of trying. The Marlins have taken pitchers BP each of the first 2 days.
And they bunt every day. Very smart.
You also still bunt every day after retirement, don't you?
Oh, yeah. That's bunting, whatever. Isn't that like sewing or something?
You hang up red, white, and blue stuff on your porch every day?
Yeah. Here's a guy that was practicing yesterday for about a half hour on this drag bunts. He tried to do that on that first pitch. And now Todd is coming way in on the grass to try and take that away. And he can also push it past the pitcher if he likes.
First base, Abreu thought about second and got nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you got the pitcher running. You think, I've got to play, and then suddenly he's already at the bag.
It's got to be a base hit right there for D. Gordon. Had one taken away yesterday on an appeal play, but watch Conley. He got a good jump. And Abreu did not have a play. Tough, good job by Tyler Saladino getting over there. He did not beat him, though. Gordon clearly in. So now we'll see what they do with Martin Prado, who's a 300 hitter. If they want to bunt here, I wouldn't think so, but you never know.
Sox did a good job of keeping this part of the lineup away from big opportunities yesterday.
Yeah, these guys scare you.
Prado's 5 for 11 career against Shields. And he takes a strike. Now, Martin Prado said a couple of days ago that he wants more out of this season. He thinks he can do more for this team, but he's 3rd in the National League in hits as it stands right now.
Yeah, Daniel Murphy just gets a hit, it seems like, every time he goes up there. Good pitch.
Nice catch by Navarro as well. 2 strikes.
Yeah, he framed that one nicely. Just off the corner. You don't want to give this guy too much because he's, and I guarantee you, Martin right now is trying to hit the ball the opposite way. Because the worst thing that happened, even though there's a runner at first, you can get that guy to 3rd for Yelich.
Prado, as we told you briefly yesterday, does not strike out very much, just 49 for the year, and his last one came 10 days ago. Dangerous 2-strike hitter.
Well, he chokes up on the bat. He's got a short, compact swing.
Deep to left field, Prado has tied the game. Activate the fish.
Oh, boy. He tried to sneak a 1-2 fastball by him, but he was waiting in the weeds. No doubter by Prado. That guy can really hit. He now has 53 runs batted in. See, there's a fastball that kind of peels back towards the middle of the plate, about belt high. Not a good pitch on 1 and 2.
Our Ford home run replay. Prado evens the game at 4, and Yelich takes ball number 1. What an asset to have in your 2 spot, Martin Prado.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody better at that 2 spot than Prado, really. He can find that hole when they're holding a runner on first base, hit it the opposite way. He can pull the ball, as you just saw, and hit with power. Good RBI man. Now with 53 on the season.
Well, the home run has been an issue at points this year for James Shields, and the Marlins don't hit very many of them, just 96 on the year, but 2 so far tonight. I know you're big on WAR statistics.
Right.
Martin Prado is, according to WAR, worth about 3 wins compared to the guy you could replace him with.
I can believe that.
I know you're a history buff, so you do like WAR, just not the baseball version.
What is it good for?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Huh.
WAR. Who? No, he's a good player. Braves miss him a lot.
3-1. Yelich skewers it to left center field and off the scoreboard. First hit of the series for Christian Yelich is a double, and 4 straight have reached to open the 3rd for the Marlins.
Matter of time, Christian Yelich is going to get untracked in this series. 3-1 pitch, it's down, but it's pretty much middle of the plate. He's got a great inside out swing. Boy, he stays behind the ball very well. Hands came in there just a little bit before the barrel of the bat, and he showed good power too the opposite way. Tough out. There are tough outs in this lineup.
Top to bottom. You got a 6-hitter in the National League hitting .311 for Don Mattingly in his first season. The Marlins have had 13 managers since their inception in 1993, and some stability, at least in this season, culture-wise.
I think so. Yeah, you got Barry Bonds as your hitting coach, that great presence. Tim Wallach as your bench coach. And Lenny Harris, one of the great pinch hitters of all time. They've got great resumes on those coaching staffs.
Money was taking some rips in batting practice today. At least a visit to the cage.
Yeah.
Down low to Stanton. And here's what he did in the second inning. Leadoff man.
Oh, he got those arms extended. He stayed closed on this swing. He wasn't doing that yesterday against Rodon. Whew. Took a rip at that one. Fortunately, he was right on the outside corner and down.
Yelich at second. Still nobody out in the home third for the Marlins, who went 1-2-3 in the first tonight. Interesting to watch. You were talking about Stanton in batting practice as compared to his swings in the game. Then he hits the homer in the second inning. Kind of a different guy.
Yeah.
From at bat to at bat even, or moment to moment.
It would appear that yesterday he had a tremendous batting practice and a bad game. Today he was hitting everything to right field, so you can't say he was having a tremendous batting practice unless he was working on something, and it obviously worked. He really needed to keep that front side closed, the hip and the front shoulder.
Since June 8th, 2010, his debut, he has the 4th most home runs in Major League Baseball. Some lofty names in that company.
Yeah.
I think the Blue Jays can hit a little bit.
Yeah, they got a lot of home run possibilities. Good pitch.
Coaxed him into the swing. It's 3-2 on Stanton. Yelich at second, nobody out. Shields to Stanton. We'll have to wait. The booing begins at Marlins Park. Foul of third.
I got to say right about now, James Shields not fooling a whole lot of people coming up to that dish. And one of the assets I always felt about James Shields was his deception in his delivery. He turns that back to the hitter.
On the ground, second base. Saladino stays in front of it, and Yelich to third.
Well, that was one of those Herman Munster ground balls, wasn't it? It almost went through the dirt. He hit that thing really hard. Thank goodness Tyler was right there. He does the job, though, getting him to third base for Marcell Ozuna. Bang! Thank God he didn't get that elevated.
Well, he just clubs baseballs.
Yeah. They make kind of a different sound off his bat.
The mustachioed Sox second baseman was there to handle it. Yelich at third, one out for Ozuna. Infield in for the Sox. A couple of famous cousins here. Marcell Ozuna, his cousin is former Sox player Pablo Ozuna.
Okay.
And James Shields, his cousin, is former Sox center fielder Aaron Rowan.
What a good guy Aaron Rowan is.
Throw to third and safe.
You don't see that play very often. You know who used to do that all the time was Robin Ventura and Blackjack McDowell. They used to pick guys off at third base. The only two that I've ever seen that did that. It's almost like he's holding him up. Robin, he's grinning because he knows he's the author of that.
Frazier chases Yelich back, and there's out number two. That was a knowing smile from Robin Ventura in that dugout. Saturday, August 27th, come see the White Sox take on the Seattle Mariners. 6:10 p.m. start time. All fans are invited to stay for a spectacular postgame fireworks show presented by Magellan Corporation. Sox and the M's getting together at the end of a 9-game homestand from U.S. Cellular Field. Here's Real Muto. the Marlins catcher. Talented 25-year-old backstop.
Yeah, he's going to be fun to watch for a long time. He can hit, he can catch, he can throw.
Stolen
run.
10 bases, yeah.
Very valuable. Oh, Lord.
Had a pitch to hit and popped it up. Foul of third. Aw.
Greatest thing in the world is coming to the ballpark and getting the ball.
Second place is coming to the ballpark, having the person next to you get a ball, and you get a hug.
Oh, good point. 45th pitch coming up.
Not a lot of fastballs against right-handers for Shields this season.
Wow. You can see he's a 4-pitch pitcher and uses all of them.
1-2. Right back up the middle. Real Muto drives home Yelich, and the Marlins have their first lead in this series.
Tell you what, the Marlins this inning have done some really good 2-strike hitting. And in order to hit effectively with 2 strikes, you got to look for that fastball away. And if you get jammed, that's okay. You still got a chance to get a hit. But look at this one. It's out over the plate. Fastball away. And wow, thank goodness it missed James, because that was a rocket.
Real Muto drives in number 33. Now Shields against Dietrich, who tripled back in the second. There goes Real Muto, and he is out. Navarro,
good job,
takes care of his counterpart. Well, the Sox have yet to go hit the dugout. A discussion at home plate. Rick Renteria, former Marlin as he is, standing by the phone.
Sure looked out to me. I don't know. At first look.
That tag was late.
Oh boy. You're right. Yep.
Very simple by Real Muto, by the way. Just 1 point to the dugout.
Yeah, I hate that head first slide, but he got his hand in there before Tim Anderson was able to apply the tag on his upper body, actually.
His chain took a beating on the tag.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be, I don't think James Shields knew he was safe from the get-go too, because he wasn't leaving the mound. Good job by Navarro. Boy, he got it, because he had a tremendous jump. But Real Muto is going to get his 11th stolen base. Crossover step, straight steal. He's got his head down, and yeah, the ball beat him, but the tag was not applied. Got to get the hand.
That's the universal sign for I'm going to take my headphones off soon. From Jerry Lane and the crew.
No, that is going to be an easy one.
Well, the situation would be runner at second, 2 out, or inning over. You think? I mean, it's pretty cut and dried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not a tough one like we saw last night, and all through this road trip. As a matter of fact, there's been a lot of. And we'll see what they got to say in just a moment. And
safe.
Yeah. And that's the right call. They got it right. You hate to see it, especially since it was the bad guys who got it.
Well, Don Mattingly didn't have a great replay night last night with his challenge. Lost it early, but there he prolongs the inning. And Tim was waiting for the body.
Yeah, he tagged him right on the chest. Got to find a way to get that hand. I know it's hard to do, but that's the only way that guy's going to be out on a bang bang play.
You want the glove basically on the ground?
On the ground, yeah, and right there on the bag, not in front of it.
Two 2-0 on Dietrich from Shields. Throw to second behind Real Muto, and it's off the glove of Anderson. There's one more look at that slide. You want the glove where here?
Well, you've got to catch the ball in, on the base. I guess he does that correctly, but he's not able to put the tag down. He catches it just about a foot off the ground, but you got to put the ball on the ground in order to get that guy.
4-pitch walk.
So he kept it up. Tim kept the ball up at the same level that he caught it. Even though it was a great throw by Navarro, but that's your job to get it down.
Don Cooper to the courtesy phone, please. Don talking to the bullpen. Those are auto ring phones, by the way. There's nothing to dial. You just pick up the phone and it rings immediately. That's why you never see any coaches dialing a number.
Right. Yeah, because you'd forget. And then
where's my address book?
A pizza shop answers. You know, it's just not right.
Into left field from Echeverria, and Melky Cabrera runs it down. Second time he's done that. The Marlins shortstop, but the Fish get 4 and a 5-4 lead. Initiative to try to raise awareness for Rett syndrome, the most physically disabling disorders affecting girls. Cammie has checked items off her bucket list one by one, including skating with Duncan Keith, water skiing, and a short time ago she wanted to tap out against CM Punk, as you see on that cute shirt. See how the matchup unfolded tonight. Sportsnet Central following White Sox postgame live on CSN Chicago. Tom Paciorek, Jason Benetti, our entire crew from Marlins Park. Miami has taken the lead 5-4 on the site where the Orange Bowl used to be.
Yes, that was a painful memory for me.
when they knocked it down?
No, when we had to play there back in 19. University of
sir,
Miami.
you were mumbling.
And the Houston Cougars tangled, and we didn't give them much of a fight that night out there on that field. 44-12. I remember it like it was yesterday.
They were good back then, though.
Miami was very good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's a deep drive. Left field. Coates leaves the yard. First major league home run for Jason Coates. Save that baseball.
Oh, he killed that one. Woo, Lordy. That was a no-doubter. So we are tied at 5. Conley delivers down and in. Watch him just drop the head of the bat. Nice job by Jason keeping that ball fair. Long way from home. And I hope they did get that ball for him. Did they throw it back like they do at some parks? Maybe not.
Well, somebody's going to go track that down for him. You certainly hope. As Jason Coates ties the game, our Ford home run replay. A young Canes fan has the baseball.
I'll tell you one thing, Vinny the Marlin will make you a deal. That's Billy's brother. I ain't giving it back.
Nice catch by number 11, Figueroa. He's going to pass it along. We'll keep an eye on the baseball. Tipped foul by Navarro, who scored a run and drove in a run back in the second.
No visit from Vinny yet.
You know, the dolphin nose is normally very cute, but
yeah.
Vinny's nose is for other things. Jason Coates, TCU's finest.
Get in there. Oh.
Flip to right. Stanton for out number 1. Here's your Sox math question for tonight. Hashtag Sox math. First correct answer wins a prize off our virtual prize shelf furnished by Vinny the Marlin. Take the number of years Rick Renteria played for the Marlins, multiply the number of hits Adam Eaton had last night. Subtract the number of times since 05 the Sox have played in Miami, and then add the number of Sox home games remaining in August. That is your Sox math question for tonight. Hashtag Sox math. First correct answer wins a prize off the prize shelf. You got that one, Whippy. I know you do.
Not a clue. Not a chance. You lost me at Rick Renteria.
It's not nearly.
I know Rick played here.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long.
And at the time was known as Rich Renteria.
Yes.
As a player, former Marlin infielder. Shields checks it up and does not go. Rick Renteria, actually, the anniversary of his final major league game was 2 days ago as the Sox arrived here to Miami. All right, the negotiation seems to be over because the baseball is going into the bullpen for Jason Coates.
Very good. Oh.
Hopefully that was the bullpen. It just didn't go into the abyss. The 2 down. Here's how trade negotiations work in the field of play. There goes the ball.
Right.
Oh, there's another
there
one.
Comes up. That's trick photography. I know it.
They call it matched action in the business.
Big home run to tie this thing.
So 2 out for Eaton. And he takes ball number 1 after 2 walks, his first 2 trips. Jason Coates, a power hitter coming up through the minors. That's his first career homer. You saw his frustration on the ball to right field earlier.
Right. Right.
Had been down to AAA Charlotte, now back here with the Sox with the injury to Avi Garcia. Great to see Jason Coates putting up that first home run.
Oh, yeah. A lot of nooks and crannies out there. Not to offer an excuse, but there's a lot of different angles that in that entire area. Get out.
And it is fouled. You don't see many nooks without crannies.
No.
They always come together.
Yeah. You never see one without the other.
2-1 to Eaton. Pitch number 75 for Conley.
We will see the bullpens tonight, don't you think?
I'm pretty sure the bullpens are going to be well utilized. Sox are in good shape with Chris Sale going tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Last night, Jacob Turner, Dan Jennings, each for a third of an inning. Then Nate Jones for 1 1/3, and David Robertson for 3 batters. .28 balls, 49 strikes for Conley. Eaton lays off again, his 3rd full count of the night.
He's made him work.
There's ball 4, third walk for Eaton. So 4 hits last night, 3 walks tonight.
Amazing. He's seen the ball extremely well out of the pitcher's hands without a doubt. That is the 4th walk by Conley. There's Tyler. Boy, he hit a blast to left center his last time up.
Did you think that might get out off the bat?
I did too, yeah. He killed it.
And here's Juan Nieves, the pitching coach for the Marlins. It's a thankless job sometimes, pitching coach, because you get the guy to throw a strike and he gives up a hit right away. You don't look very good.
Yeah. Well, sometimes a great pitching coach will notice some little thing that's peculiar in the delivery and bring the guy back. There's Dustin McGowan, who pitched last night, warming up for the Fish.
So Saladino with 1 on, 1 in, and 2 out. Check on Eaton. Up high, ball 1. Saladino, a .270 hitter since April, came to an end. Entering tonight, he's 1 for 1, 2-run double. Wiry left-hander, Conley.
Yeah. This is not his best day. This is one of those days where you got to fight for everything. Both pitchers scuffling.
Well, with the 4 walks today, his last 4 starts now, he's walked 17. More than 4 per outing.
Well, apparently he's been able to get out of the jams that he's created for himself. That 4-1 record recently.
Strike 2 on Saladino. Think you could pull off that mustache?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I think you've got a chance to do that. Give it a couple weeks. Ooh. Checked his swing, went around. Strike 3. Saladino punched out, but the Sox get the first career major league home run for 26-year-old Jason Coates. We're tied at 5. Sox upcoming schedule brought to you by PNC Bank. Sox and Marlins tomorrow at 12:10 on WGN. Then 3 with the Indians. Scheduled at Progressive Field. Hope you can join us for those. Hawk Harrelson feeling better. We'll be back in Cleveland with Steve Stone. And by the way, I have a correction directly from the Hawks' mouth.
Yes.
Tom Paciorek. He says that whoever said that he was taking Frank Thomas and picks to click was wrong. He never took the Big Hurt.
Was his nose growing when he said that?
So you're saying that
That I think when he made that statement, his nose was growing a little bit more, which is hard to do.
come on now. Ball and 2 strikes on Conley. Good to hear from Hawk, and certainly glad to hear that he's feeling better and
Yes,
will be back.
yes, that's great news.
One and 2, Shields to Conley. On the ground and fair. He's done it again.
Wow.
Conley has 2 hits.
He started this mess last inning as Melky throws all the way across the field. That's amazing. You know, you hope against the pitcher it's a gimme out, but 2 straight times. There's a slider. Not a bad pitch. Try to backdoor him. And he just kind of flips it right by the third baseman. Down the line, no one's going to make that play.
Matt Albers getting loose for the Sox. First 2-hit game for Conley.
I would guess that was true, yeah.
Well, he's only got 9 for his career. They've come in bunches.
Well, you know, last inning, and now Conley gets a hit. You don't expect that to happen, and D. Gordon hits a little dribbler that would have been an out. So conceivably, you should have been 2 up, 2 down, but they put 4 runs on the board.
3-run homer for Prado, yeah.
Yeah, mainly because of the Conley hit.
Think he's going to go?
No. I hope so.
Inside 2-1. D. Gordon, son of Tom Flash Gordon. The hope was, for Tom at least, that he'd be able to stay in the game long enough to face D in a game. 2009 was the last pitch that Tom Gordon threw. Boy, that was a close pitch, and
Yeah.
Navarro's catch didn't do Shields any favors.
No. Now that favorable count again. 3-1. Flash Gordon, by the way, had a great curveball. He had a 12-6.
On the ground, past Saladino.
And that hit again produces the hole for Gordon to hit through. And he finds it. So Big Game James has been tough luck James so far in this game, the last couple innings anyway. There's a C&I dog that probably is not a hit if that pitcher's not on base. And here's Prado.
Well, Conley's stirring up trouble in all kinds of ways.
Oh, man.
.34-pitch inning for Shields in the 3rd after 18 in the first 2 combined. This after some great performances against the Marlins while he was with San Diego and Tampa. There's a strike. 1-1.
Well, he's had to grind it these last couple innings.
Little bit low, 2-1 for Prado. "37 walks, 49 strikeouts for Prado this year. A tough out in the 2 spot for the Marlins. He's just demolishing lefty pitchers at .439 for the year.
Good pitch.
Very close.
Ooh, man.
Here's his last at bat, 3rd inning, 2 on.
Fastball middle of the plate. That was a 1-2 pitch, as I recall. Tried to sneak a fastball by him. Short, compact swing. Head right behind that ball.
That ball stayed up, and Prado to center. Eaton couldn't get there. He stays with it, and Conley cannot score. Single for Prado to load the bases.
Not hit hard, but in the right spot once again. Boy. Tough night for James Shields. And it looks like it's coming to an end.
Big trouble out there. Shields frustrated. Bases loaded, nobody out. Sox to the bullpen after this with Albers. It's our Hyundai call to the pen, and it goes to the Sox right-hander Matt Albers. He's on after 3+ for James Shields. Matt in appearance number 50, 42 innings and 2/3 so far this season, and a tough spot to enter in with the bases loaded and Yelich coming up.
Yeah. Yelich, Stanton, Ozuna. Good sinker. But he needs a ground ball right here. Sox would gladly give up a run for a double play.
Conley at third, Gordon at second, Prado at first, and an inside fastball on Yelich. Bases loaded for a career .290 hitter, Christian Yelich.
Good
Called
pitch.
a strike.
Ooh, that break there, might as well double him up inside. Kind of swung back a little bit towards the plate, but it appeared to miss, but He's not going to do anything with that pitch. Muscle memory, go back in there.
Navarro talking to the plate umpire Barry. A strikeout, then a double play. Timeout first. Marlins as a team have the 3rd best batting average in baseball. And Navarro and Albers having a discussion.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that they don't hit a lot of home runs. Well, that's because of this ballpark, but I'll guarantee you they're right up there at doubles and triples when you look at that good team batting average.
Definitely top half of baseball in doubles.
Oh, sure.
1-2 for Yelich. Inside.
Well, this time he came with the slider.
Here you see the only 2 teams with a better batting average than the Marlins are the Red Sox and Rockies.
Red Sox, how about them?
Wow.
Woo, that's a nasty lineup.
Ortiz at 42, not having the same first month of the second half as he did the first half, but some young players that can really play.
Oh, yes. Well, you look at the Killer Bees, man, those guys just pound it. They got a shortstop that was going to be an MVP one of these days.
Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts, yeah. Mookie Betts. Bradley's a real good outfielder. Oh, Laird.
He got him. Strike 3. Yelich is pleased.
No, he is not. Rightfully so. He got a piece of this one. It's a slider breaking down. He pulled off of it just a hair. And nice job by Gianner holding on to that foul tip. So the Sox are just a ground ball away from getting out of this mess.
It's up to Stanton from Albers for ball 1. Solo homer in the second.
Yeah, Stanton's better low ball hitter, and Matt is a low ball pitcher.
You stick then with what got you there?
Boy.
He does. It's low, 2-0.
Yeah.
Now,
well, he's taking pitches much better than he did last night. He's not jumping at the ball and flying open. So this is a tough situation for the pitcher.
2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Oh,
boy.
That was great right there. In on the hand, just underneath the hands. Super sinker. Too bad he didn't make contact on that. That would have probably been a ground ball. Look at that late movement. Do that again.
He did.
Tried, but fish weren't biting.
Literally.
Yeah. So 3-1. He's got to throw a strike here. I would prefer to see the sinker.
3 balls and a strike. Stanton rips it to center field. Gordon around third for the second run. It's the Marlins with a pair and a 7-5 lead.
Well, he had to throw a strike, and this is right over the middle of the plate. So we're not a whole lot of sinkage on that pitch, and that is Stanton's wheelhouse. So he screams it right back up the middle. Stanton's got a 3 RBI night.
Driven in 70 now for the season, Giancarlo Stanton. And here is Ozuna, who's 0 for 5 in this series, but a dangerous hitter. Could be 2. Anderson, Saladino, double play. 1 pitch too late, but the Sox will take it. Marlins get 2. Could have been more. 7-5.
Each game receive a Merck's cheese spread game card, good for savings on delicious Merck's cheese in the deli or daily dairy case at your local grocer. Watch the Sox and save on Merck's cheese. Some fans have all the luck.
They sure do.
Evelyn Wood, eat your heart out.
Here's Dustin McGowan, who's out of the bullpen for the Marlins with a 3.12 ERA. We saw him last night for the 6th inning. He gave up 1 hit. It was a single to Adam Eaton. So the Sox have some work to do now here in the 5th.
Yeah. Well, Conley is off the hook for a loss. He doesn't have a chance to win the ball game now because he only went 4 innings, but he threw a lot of pitches, and a lot of them weren't too good.
4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 5 runs, all earned. So Melky to greet McGowan. And ball number 1. James Shields, as a starter, you got 4 days to think about it.
Oh boy, tough night. I mean, he gave up some line drives and stuff, but those 2 hits to Conley were amazingly big in this game.
Ground ball to Dietrich over at first, and 1 away.
And why would you let, if he's taking him out of the game, why would you let Conley hit that last inning?
Had a feeling.
Yep, apparently.
So Shields and Conley both out before the 5th inning can start, and it's Abreu coming up here in the 5th. Strike number 1 from McGowan. Told you about the Yankees young guys with back-to-back homers today. How about Alex Rodriguez? The farewell tour is over. It was very quick.
Yeah. Okay, Alex, thanks for coming. No parting gifts. Oh boy.
Right off the shoe and foul.
That was deep in the kitchen too. McGowan's got a good live fastball. Look at the late movement right here. He just ties him up at the belt on the inside. Probably in off the plate. Tough pitch.
Last 9 for Abreu, up to 421. Currently now with a hit today on a 6-game hit streak. As he takes that breaking ball low.
Well, he struck out 3 times yesterday on balls in the dirt. Those sliders that Kastner in particular was throwing in the dirt. So the book, I would say, on Jose is to pitch him inside with the fastball. Once you get ahead, then bounce the slider.
Tried to. Abreu got a piece. Cuban-born first baseman Jose Abreu. Showed you his son here in attendance. His wife is here as well. What he calls his second home. Grounded foul. There's a suite containing the Abreus. A lively bunch. Jerseys to go around.
Wow.
One and two.
Boy, they are
Again inside.
Tell you, there's some nasty pitches by McGowan. That sinker bearing in on the hands, and then he's bouncing the breaking ball. It's tough to lay off both of those. Look at that. Late movement. Got to make a mistake sooner or later.
One and two on Abreu. Frazier next, Anderson to follow. In the air from Abreu, right center field. Ozuna, round number 2. Here's your Sox math answer for tonight. Rick Renteria played 2 years with the Marlins, 93 and 94.
I guess 12.
You did? You were close. Lop off the one. 8 and 4 hits last night.
Right.
That's 8. No trips to Miami since 2005. That's still 8. 9 home games remaining in August for the Chicago White Sox. The answer is 17. And the Cells left field foul pole has won. Inanimate objects now have Twitter accounts. You know what I've heard though about? I'm surprised that he even played.
Yeah.
Because he's afraid. He's all yellow.
Right. Yellow.
Frazier takes ball number 2. How about the Marlins though? I mean, they're founded in '93. They win the World Series just a couple years later in '97.
Yeah.
Then again 2003, and they did it both times as the wild card, where they're lined up again this year.
Tell you what, there's a lot of young talent out there.
They're the teal of the '97 team. When Billy the Marlin was just 4 years old.
He's a thinner Billy.
He's a young pup.
Yeah. Pup.
Metabolism is gone.
Oh.
Fouled away. 2 and 2. Dustin McGowan, the right-hander, looking for the first clean inning for a Marlins pitcher tonight. 2-2. On the ground at third. Prado across the way for the final out. We're halfway home in South Florida. The Marlins have a lead at 7-5. again. He didn't do Bob Rohrman again.
What's wrong with him?
Come on, Garfien. He was too busy watching YouTube videos of you and Hawk.
Bob Rohrman, one of the greats. Bob's got to be about 150 years old, isn't he?
Still doing it on a high level.
Wow.
Right center field. They had him played well. He still dropped it in. Real Muto digging for 2, and he is safe.
Boy, this kid's good. Woo. Man, that is a rocket. Not try to do too much. You got to pitch a little bit out over the plate. Boy, his swing is just so nice and compact. Got a little bit of a leg kick, but he gets a foot down, rockets into the gap. Adam does everything he can, but this guy can run. Stole his 11th base his last time out. But look, he's digging. He's thinking 2 the whole time. And from first look, it looked like he may have missed home plate. Apparently not. I mean, first base.
Well, that has been a challengeable call in this series.
Yeah. Yes.
Takes one to no one. Adam Eaton had a couple looked at
Jeez.
yesterday. Rounding second.
You know what? This really shows how well Carlos Rodon pitched last night. To hold this lineup to 4 hits, I mean, the way they can swing the bat and are swinging it tonight, he made a lot of quality pitches, especially with that fastball. I mean, every mistake, they're just killing it tonight.
Six innings, 1 run for Carlos last night. Outstanding game. Deep lineup for the Marlins.
Yeah.
And this is even without their regular first baseman, Justin Bour, with the ankle injury.
Yeah, there's 8 tough outs. And not many teams have that. I think Boston comes closest to it.
And Dietrich gets hit.
Nowhere to hide on that one. That was a slider digging. Right behind the knee or on the knee. Ooh.
Well, that might be a problem for his second career. Dietrich is an accomplished amateur juggler.
Oh.
And the base is very important in juggling.
It's all about that base.
Oh, that's trouble. You've been updating your music collection, haven't you?
No, I have not, but I just remember hearing that one time. My grandkids were playing it.
Here's Echeverria. 2 on, nobody out, 5th inning. Albers against the Marlins shortstop. He's hit the ball well to left field twice, as Echeverria takes strike 1.
McGowan is in the on deck circle. That might be a decoy.
Trying to get him to pitch around Echeverria, then bring in Ichiro.
Oh boy.
He's available.
He sure is, isn't he?
Check swing and a strike. And just ran over the corner. 1-2, and a former Marlin up and loosening for the Sox. Dan Jennings getting warm. Albers on 1-2. Yanked foul. Marlins got 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 more in the fourth. on a Stanton 2-run single with 1 out. There's a lot of fastballs pitching ahead for Alberts.
Yeah.
Slider that time, 2-2.
Echeverria is one of those guys. He's a 250 hitter right now, but if he learns the strike zone, I think he could be outstanding. Got a real quick bat, and he's strong too. If you watch him take batting practice, he can hit him out of here easily.
Grounder to third,
nice.
Frazier to second. The turn is 2.
Wow, that was a heck of a play by Todd Frazier. Man, he got that short hop. He charged that ball and got the nasty hop out of the way. Watch that. He charges, gets the short hop, and Saladino knows what to do with it. Got a fast runner. Ooh, that was close.
Very close at first.
Man. How many bang bang plays are we going to see?
Got to be in the pocket of the glove before the foot arrives.
Wow.
I don't know you can overturn that.
I don't. Let's see. Wow, is that close? Man.
Marlins are not going to challenge.
Interesting. They're not going to pinch hit either.
McGowan 2 for 20. Came up through the Blue Jays in the American League. Now there's a grounder to short. That should do it. Anderson sizes up out number 3. 2 on, nobody out. Turns into a goose egg. Matt Albers wriggles out of it. 7-5 after 5. .600 consecutive White Sox home games, and despite some hurdles, Laura Williams is not planning on stopping anytime soon. You won't want to miss the story of the Southside Iron Woman, airing Tuesday night on Sportsnet Central after White Sox postgame live on CSN.
That's great.
Isn't it wonderful? 600+ straight games for Laura Williams, and that's at least 1 in a row for that youngster.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a red face. Obviously, he didn't go outside today.
It's a little hotter today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, it is.
How was the beach, by the way?
No, I did not partake. That was not me in the open laying on the beach either.
Couldn't tell.
Was it a whale? I'm afraid somebody might harpoon me.
I think most of the public beaches are no harpoon zones.
Good.
One strike for Anderson, who doubled and scored first time, and
Get
here
through
he
there.
grounds one through.
Boy.
Multi-hit game for Tim Anderson.
Ball gets through that infield in a hurry. Get that infield. Much better swings today. Timmy's staying a lot more closed, head behind the ball all night long. Yesterday he had good swings too, so multiple hits, that's good.
Hit number 6 for the Sox. Here is Jason Coates, who had his first major league home run back in the 4th. Grand total of 52 minor league homers, and his first in the majors.
The old horn frog, huh? You know, it's interesting. If you look at his grip, it looks like he's got a golfer's grip, the overlapping grip, that baby finger over. Get out.
So you're saying there's one finger over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Isn't that more of a golfer's grip? You know, it's like, yeah, it's different. Bobby Abreu used to do that. Yeah, left-handed hitter. He was a good one too. But same thing. Put the little pinky over the over your hand. Must feel good. Well, Ty Cobb hit with hand split. Separated.
He was pretty good.
He was good. Yeah, he was tough out. Really like to slide hard too.
Yeah.
I got some cuts and bruises because Hawk does too.
Yeah.
From Royston, Georgia.
Anderson's off. Ground ball to short. Sox stay out of the double play as Echeverria throws out Coates for round number 1.
All right, here we go. Sunday, August 25th is Husky Day at U.S. Cellular Field. When you purchase tickets using the Northern Illinois University ticket code, fans will receive a ticket voucher good for one-of-a-kind White Sox NIU co-branded hat. Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois University, your focus, our future, or something like that.
August 28th.
28th.
NIU Day. Navarro in the air.
Get down.
Echeverria is out. It does. Neither could get there, Echeverria or Yelich. This is not Christian Yelich's favorite series.
That ball had some hang time, didn't it? Yeah, a little bit of a late jump. Echeverria was not well. Actually, it almost hit him in the foot. He wasn't looking. He was assuming. I don't know if Christian was hollering or not. But we'd take it down. That one, that'll produce first and third with one out.
And Carlos Sanchez to pinch hit for the Sox, with a chance to drive one in with a productive out. And the Marlins right now are playing the middle infield back for 2. Here's the Marlins bullpen. Mike Dunn is up and throwing. Saw him last night as well.
Yeah. He's been around a long time.
Carlos Sanchez has taken the footwear from the Tin Man. We're not in Kansas anymore,
No,
Whippy.
we're not. Well, they match the uniforms, see.
So first and third, one out for RoboCop.
Good call.
Outside, ball 1. Looked like a good call.
Just missed. Well, that first pitch important with a pinch hitter, of course. And of course, in this situation, you got to have contact. Sanchez is a hard guy to double up, so got to find a way to drive this run in. It is a must.
Ball 2.
Attaboy.
Well, Adam Eaton, who's had a tremendous series, is on deck. That's likely what Dunn is warming for.
No doubt. No doubt.
Two 2-0 from McGowan. Way out there.
Well, he'll be taking at least one strike here. Trying to set it up for a hot hitting Adam Eaton, but he's going to have to do some damage against a lefty, regardless of what happens here.
Down the chute, strike one. You take another.
If his pitch is the same right there, I think you got to swing at it, because that's a tough lefty-lefty matchup coming up, and he's in charge right now with 3-1. I like to see him swing. We'll see.
3 balls and a strike. He does swing and foul it away. 3-2.
That was a strike. More of a pitcher's pitch than a hitter's pitch. So now, I'll see, with one out, contact hitter up there. Will Navarro be moving? Nah, can't move him. Can't run here.
3-2. Sprayed foul.
96. He's reaching back to get a little more.
Sanchez pinch hitting. Anderson at third, Navarro at first. 3-2. Pitch number 7 coming. It is high, ball 4. McGowan just lost the feel of that, it looked like, and the bases are loaded.
Ooh. Well, apparently Dunn is not ready. That's good. I'd rather Adam face the right-hander here, Whitgren, who pitched last night.
McGowan's going to stay. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Oh boy.
Slow chopper, play coming to the plate, and out. The call on Anderson, very close. Rick Renteria on the horn, hoping that he'll get the message to challenge.
Good job by McGowan.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's. Oh, I think there's a good challenge right there.
It's tough to tell when the hand hits the plate.
I think he's in. But one angle was a little bit better than that one.
The challenge is in.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
there.
he's safe.
Oh, yeah, he's safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, great hustle by Tim Anderson. I thought, what else could go wrong in this ball game than to hit a little nubber in front of home plate? Yeah, that's got to be overruled, and that's a no-brainer.
Those are 2 clear angles.
Yeah.
Gotta have this run.
Right. Yeah, there's no beyond a reasonable doubt. That is very reasonable.
Clear and convincing right
Yes.
there. Sox are going to get a run out of this. Safe
Yeah.
the call. The official word is in, and the Sox are within 1 at 7-6.
Right, and you keep the bases loaded with just 1 out. Great hustle. Give that to Tim Anderson. That'll probably be ruled a fielder's choice. RBI. Great hustle by Tim.
And Don Mattingly is going to go to the bullpen. Sox are threatening here in the 6th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tying run at 3rd. Lead runs all over the place. 7-6 at Marlins Park with the Sox on the verge. phone has been busy tonight. Miami goes to another reliever. It's Nick Whitgren, the former Purdue Boilermaker, who's got a 3.03 ERA, and he is on after McGowan with the bases loaded and 1 out for Tyler Saladino. And Tim Anderson, a head-first slide into home to score that 6th run for the Sox.
Yeah, he got there quickly too, and his hand was on the ground the entire time. You know, if that thing is up high, like a foot possibly could. You know how against I am that head-first slide. It certainly worked right there. Tyler Saladino's got that 2 RBI double early in the ball game. That'd be nice right now.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Whitgren to Saladino. On the ground, Echeverria, Gordon. Yep. Whitgren does the job. Tim Anderson gets the Sox a little bit closer. Head first and in before the ball arrives. 7-6. Blacklist and enter to the Sox 16 sweepstakes. You could win one of 16 weekly prizes or monthly prize packs, as well as an amazing grand prize at the end of the season. They've come from all around to Marlins Park, and the Sox go to the bullpen one more time. Matt Albers is done, and Dan Jennings is on after Albers goes 2. So Jennings, the left-hander, who's had a fine 2016, with a couple moments alone behind the mound, and he will face the top 3 in the card for the Miami Marlins. Gordon's 2 for 3. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Stole a base, drove in a run, and he's the type of guy that can really ruin an inning as a leadoff hitter.
You know, he's the one guy that I would pinpoint. That's not his best swing. But when he was with the Dodgers coming up, I know they were thinking about releasing him because he had a big long swing. He swung from the end of the bat and didn't have any power. All of a sudden, his last year in LA, he became the hitter that he is right now, shortening up, choking up, short compact swing, and of course, he can get 200 hits just at any time he wants. So what a great adjustment he made to become the player he is today.
Little guy too, very slightly built.
Yep. He's on the cover of the media guide. What a year he had last year.
The souvenir. A wide-eyed souvenir.
National League batting champion, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger, Major League leader in stolen bases, All-Star, and hits leader in the majors.
He's out for a couple months this year with the suspension for a performance-enhancing banned substance. One and two from Jennings. He gets it with a breaking ball low and away. Strikeout number one for Jennings.
Got him with the slider. Some good movement. Certainly not a strike. This time fish were biting.
One down for Martin Prado. You said it earlier, great point, that the offensive showing tonight really puts on display what Carlos Rodon did yesterday for the Sox.
No doubt.
There's a strike from Jennings to Prado. Sox will have Chris Sale on the mound tomorrow, 12:10 Central Time. Start over WGN. You have big plans for brunch on the beach tomorrow?
No thanks. I'll be right here with you.
Ball and a strike. Jennings to Prado. Well, Chris Sale going for the Sox against Tom Kohler for the Marlins. And every time Sale goes out, you expect something mighty fine.
Yeah. Yep. Kohler's a good one, though. He'll keep him in the ball game. And of course, with that offense, Chris is going to have a tough job as well.
1-2. Prado checks it up. Well, Chris, a Florida guy, went to Florida Gulf Coast. His in-laws are from about an hour down the road, so they'll be here. Chris's wife will be here as well. A lot of families coming around. Carlos Rodon's family was here last night. The Abreu's we've shown.
Yeah. Mike Gonzalez.
2-2.
Oh, yeah.
Strike three. Prado is down looking.
Real good pitch by Jennings. He gave up on it. Prado not so sure, but that was a backdoor breaking ball. Late movement right there. He's probably saying, well, look at the way he caught the ball. Couldn't have been a strike. But no, he's denied.
The verbal appeal very rarely gets you anything.
Yeah, that's not.
So here's Yelich, whose mother's grandfather is very famous in some football circles.
No way.
Yeah.
His mother's grandmother?
Mother's grandfather.
Father. Okay.
Yeah. His name's Fred Gerke. He was an art major at the University of Utah. And he was employed by the Rams to create the logo that became the Rams horns logo.
Oh my.
He was actually the first guy to paint a football helmet with a logo on it as well. He got $1 a piece for 75 helmets from Dan Reeves, the owner of the Rams at that time. He's the one that created the inspiration for the current Rams logo as it's moved throughout history.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. The Rams came into being. Ooh, I wouldn't even want to guess.
Yelich with a base hit. He also was the guy that created the first full football helmet with a face mask.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Some of us that had to use the other one didn't have one. You could see the results.
You had a You had at least a partial face
Oh,
mask,
God,
didn't you?
I had a, well, it was a leather helmet.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard to get face mask on leather.
We will engineer some more for you. Coming back after this. Sox pitching change. Marlins lead by a run. Hyundai call to the pen for the White Sox goes to Chris Beck in his return from AAA Charlotte. 22 games there of 421. 6 games earlier this year with some of the injuries in the bullpen to Petrichka and Webb, among others, along with Zach Putnam. And so Beck is back, and he will pitch to Giancarlo Stanton. Welcome back, Chris Beck.
Yeah.
Strike number 1. Native of Commerce, Georgia, by way of Georgia Southern University.
Oh, okay. Statesboro. Commerce is very near Athens, Georgia, home of the University of Georgia.
And REM.
Oh, yeah. I heard of them.
You're not a big Michael Stipe fan?
No. Dennis DeYoung, I am.
Sticks.
Thank you.
Sox fans will always sail away with you, Wimpy. 2 strikes on Stanton.
Into the sunset. Of course.
There's only one way to sail.
That's true. Now 0-2. Don't give this guy anything good to hit right now. He's seeing the ball well tonight. Maybe bounce one. Throw a fastball up out of the strike zone.
Oh, 2. Way upstairs. Yelich at first, 2 out. Back in for Jennings. High again.
95. He reached back a little bit on that one.
That's no fun for a hitter, right?
Oh, no.
Somebody's a little erratic up in the zone.
Oh, yeah, it's a little. Well, especially if you don't know the pitcher, too.
Two and 2. Fouled away, and Stanton down to a knee. Navarro feeling it behind the plate.
Oh boy, did he ever. So you want to be a catcher, huh? Look at the sinker. Oh, it's off his shin guard, but did it get any uncovered part? I don't think so. Still hurts. It's a mighty swing by Stanton. That was not a 2-strike. Just flip it in there. Swing.
Don't think that's in the arsenal.
No. Nope. Swing hard in case you hit it.
2-2. Beck to Stanton. Upstairs, Stanton drills it center field, but not far enough. Eaton's there.
Man.
Gave it a ride. 7-6, Marlins still with the lead. Sox need a run.
Presented by Coca-Cola at U.S. Cellular Field. Features tickets as low as $5 in the upper level and $15 in the lower level. And special kid-focused activities throughout the ballpark. Plus, parking is available for only $10. Family Sundays.
I suddenly have an urge to eat a Dodger dog. Rojas is
Burn
in
it.
at first.
It's the way I used to get mine. 2 before every game, but I'm not really. I guess I could say that now.
Ooh, that's a Billy the Marlin hat.
Yes.
You would look good in a Billy the Marlin hat.
Tell me about it.
We had one person tweet in and said, "Didn't Billy Marlin used to manage the Yankees?"
That looks more like Vinny.
I don't think Vinny would lower himself
Billy
to be
Marlin.
a hat. Vinny turned others into a hat.
Vinny the nose.
Chopper from Melky back to the mound. And 1 away in the Sox 7th inning. Jason Benetti, Tom Paciorek, our entire crew here at Marlins Park. 20,000 plus here tonight. Looking for luck. So 1 out for Jose Abreu. Doubled in a run in the first. Shortstop, Echeverria, round number 2. You know, we always play Sticks and Stone with Steve to quiz him about his own career.
Right.
We did a quick little search for some of your stuff too. Bob McClure. We're playing Hurlers and Wimpy, which is just like Sticks and Stone, but it's a totally different game. How'd you do against former Marlin Bob McClure?
I didn't know Bobby was the former Marlin. I remember him with the Brewers.
He's a late Marlin in his career.
Okay.
Still think you look like Alex P. Keaton
2.
in
Thank
that
you.
picture.
I'll go. Geez, I don't know. 3 for 13.
That's very precise.
Mediocrity.
What? Vin, you're back.
Thank you.
Great to see. Who's that third guy in the booth?
It's like Lazarus. Rising. Wow, that's a good fastball.
Whitgren to Frazier, 0-2.
Well, Rick Whitgren has come in and thrown a couple of 3 straight ground balls, and then all of a sudden he comes upstairs, and Todd can't catch up with it.
0-2. Up high. Frazier lays off.
That was a big double play he got last inning against Tyler Saladino to end that threat. Sox could have put some distance.
Bases loaded, 1 out, got a double play. Frazier fouls it off. He hit a ball not far from there to the wall and right, middle away last night. One and 2 from Whitgren. Out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The longer you stay in there against a pitcher and see what he's got, the better chance you got of putting one in play hard. Come on, Todd.
Ooh, challenged him with a fastball, and Frazier spoils it foul.
Well, he's pitched him away every one, so you got to be looking out there. You got to be looking fastball away. There it is. He paints the corner. Good job by Todd to just fight and live for another pitch.
Ooh, that was a hanger, and Frazier grounds it into center field for a hit. Missed his spot once, and Frazier got him for a 2-out single.
Yep, good job by Todd, fighting with 2 strikes.
Got an answer for you on how you did against Bob McClure. 8 for 32.
Oh my gosh, that's mediocre.
Got him for
1
a
home
homer.
run, a triple.
Slug 563
That's
against
not
him.
bad.
Yeah. 7 out of 8 extra base hits.
He had that funky motion.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't get on first base with him because he would have picked me off. He had a great pickoff move, Bob McClure.
Marlins bullpen, Kyle Bearclaw. Joe Chocolate Eclair was unavailable.
That's a great name, man. He's got a heck of a slider, I know that. To go with his claw.
Make him the closer, let him ice the game.
There you go. Starting to get hungry all of a sudden.
Tying run at first. Anderson the batter, 2 out.
That's high. Good job. Timmy looks good at the plate tonight. Looking at pitches very nicely. A couple hits.
He doubled to left down that third base line, and Prado is guarding that line right now. Got inside on him. Anderson flies it to center. Ozuna for the final out. Stretch time. Grab a snack. Stay with us. 7-6 Marlins.
upcoming White Sox game. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, and more with a scoreboard message. Proceeds benefit White Sox charities.
We got a close one tonight.
Yes, we
The
do.
proverbial nail biter.
Sox have played a lot of really close games, haven't they?
Maybe too many for Robin Ventura's liking. "65 of the 115 games decided by 2 or 1.
It's a lot.
Ozuna fouls it away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marcell Ozuna. Cousin of Pablo, who is 0 for 6 so far in the series. Pablo, 4 years with the Sox, 05 to 08. And Marcell, a long fly ball, left field, Melky. You can always tell when he pats the glove on the leg, he's there, and he's got out number 1.
And that's a homer in a lot of ballparks. It's 386 right to that spot. He got it to the warning track. I thought it was out when he hit it.
I did too.
There's Melky going back sideways and right in the middle of the warning track. Needed about 10 more feet.
Melky has out number 1. Real Muto, the catcher, who's got a hit now in 13 of his last 14. Quick bat.
Yeah, 95-mile-an-hour fastball right there, but it just looks like he doesn't try and do too much up there. He's just trying to make contact, and he's very strong, very athletic, as we have seen. I think he's going to be a 300 hitter for a long time in this league.
He had an inside the park home run last year. He was the first catcher to hit an inside the park home run since Gary Carter 35 years prior.
Holy. The kid got an inside the park home run, huh? What a great guy, great teammate, great Hall of Famer.
Ball and 2 strikes on Real Muto. On the ground and foul. Sox in the 8th will come up with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Coates, Navarro, and likely a pinch hitter. This is where Beck getting through the 7th inning becomes more important.
Oh, yes.
At the pitcher spot coming up, you don't want to have to burn a pinch hitter for a pitcher that came in to complete an inning.
Good pitch, good movement on that sinker. Looks like a splitter. It really nosedived. Nice compliment to a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
One and 2. Real Muto lays off. 2 and 2. Beck is on after Albers went 2. Jennings for 2/3 of an inning. Beck came on to get Stanton to fly out to center. Hammered foul.
Barry Hill, their great first base coach, scurries out of the way. He didn't want any part of that one.
As only Perry can scurry.
Yes, Perry, a great infield instructor, world renowned. This Real Muto, he just looks better and better every time he walks up to the plate.
Fouled away again. He will see a 9th pitch.
Well, he makes that pitcher work. Very composed up there, doesn't fly open. He's got a little bit of an open stance, but if you are, he's right on top of the plate with that back foot, though.
Yeah, ooh, that could have been strike 3.
Yeah, front door breaking ball. Slider. Looked like it hit the top of the strike zone on the inside corner. He got the benefit of the doubt, so here's 3-2.
Pitch number 10, a payoff. On the ground, Anderson bobbles and got him anyway.
Well, he knew he had to charge because he know the speed.
It's a catcher that can really run.
Oh, yeah. Tim knows it, too. You got to know the speed of everybody, and he is digging down the line. Realmuto is fun to watch. He actually jammed himself on that slider inside because he was protecting away. Every once in a while, that'll happen.
It's 2 down for Rojas, who came on for Dietrich as a defensive replacement. Goes after the first one and flies it foul.
Doesn't get any easier with this guy. He had some great at bats last night.
Didn't he?
Didn't have any hits. Boy, he had good at bats.
It was 11 pitches in the 4th inning last night. And he saw 7 more in the 7th.
Yeah, this guy's a tough out. As we pointed out, look at how close the guys on the Marlins stand to home plate. They are right on top of it. They got that outside corner covered.
Left side, angling foul, and a strike 2. Next broadcast of White Sox baseball on CSN comes to you Tuesday night from Cleveland as the Sox face Mike Napoli, Jason Kipnis, and the first place Indians. Starts at 6 on CSN Chicago from Progressive Field by the lake.
Cleveland 5-game lead over the Tigers, who have lost 5 in a row. They were hot for a while. Yeah.
On the ground, second base, Saladino.
Attaboy.
That does it. 1-2-3 inning for Beck. He retires all 4 he faces. To the 8th we go.
Subscribe to MLB.TV Premium for live or on-demand baseball on over 400 devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking, and more. Blackout and other restrictions apply.
New pitcher for the Marlins is Kyle Bearclaw. He will face the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Sox order. Another nice ERA out of that Marlins bullpen, and at 2.82 for the year. 51 innings, just 31 hits. The walk total is high, and so is the strikeout number.
I've seen him pitch a few times. He's got a wicked slider and a very good fastball. So Bearclaw's tough.
Out of St. Mary's, he'll face the Sox in the 8th. By the way, let me correct something I said about Real Muto. He was the first catcher to have an inside the park home run and a regular home run since Gary Carter in 1980. So an even more special day in September of last year. Coates the batter, then Navarro, then the 9 spot. Ball 1 from Bearclaw. Jason Coates with a day to remember this evening as well. His first career home run came in the 4th inning. And ball and a strike.
There's that nasty slider. Good job.
Rips it over short. Coates with a leadoff single for the Sox. He's 2 for 4.
Boy, that was a nice short compact swing. He waited back perfectly on a slider, which was just like the previous pitch. Tight breaker, didn't quite get it out there enough, and short and compact, and Echeverria gave it a shot. Woo, first the leadoff man on again for the Sox.
Remember, Justin Morneau is available as a possible pinch hitter, the usual DH for the Sox with right-handed pitching on the mound. And he is out on deck. Navarro shows bunt. Theodore, nice night. Run scored, RBI, 2 hits. As we told you, Bearclaw's control has been the issue.
Super stuff, though. Boy, almost 2 strikeouts an inning, it seems like. Look out.
Inside, no need for the bunt now. Coates into second base.
That was way inside. It looked like it was going to hit the honor, and he kind of shields the catcher's eyes. Real Muto really didn't have much of a chance on this wild pitch. 2-0. He still could be bunting to get him to third with less than 2 outs.
Got a lot of choices here for the Sox.
But it's going to be tough to pull this guy as hard as he throws. As good as stuff as he has. Let's see what Robin wants on 2-0.
Outside, 3-0.
We got to take here.
Even if it's down the chute?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
3-0. Coates at second, tying run. Ball 4, not close. Just like we promised you earlier in the game. Miller time brought to you by Miller Lite. As we told you, Jason Coates with his first career Major League home run.
That's great. He got a fastball from Conley, Adam Conley, and deposits it in the upper deck. And he did get the ball, so a great moment for Jason. And he started off nicely in this inning with a line shot single to left, so he might be getting some significant playing time as this season goes down.
Tommy Kahnle loosening for the Sox, and it will be Morneau to pinch hit. Although, with the bunt a possibility, thought maybe it wouldn't be Morneau, just considering that Navarro had showed bunt.
Yes.
He's not going bunt.
No. Yeah, the situation usually on the road, you wouldn't want to bunt. It depends on who's the batter.
And with your choice, you bring up Morneau.
Sure. Get up.
To right field and deep, and this ball is off the wall for Justin Morneau. Coates comes home to tie the game. The Sox are in business. Pinch hit RBI double for Justin Morneau.
Great job by Justin. Looked like a breaking ball. He really kept his hands back nicely, creating that hang time. Bearclaw didn't quite get the spot that he wanted, so watch the perfect swing. He lets loose with that top hand. Got great extension here. Get his head right behind the baseball and rips it. No chance for Stanton. That got over there in a heartbeat. So chance for a big inning with Adam Eaton. The infield is in.
Second and third, nobody out. And ball one, borderline pitch.
Yeah, he got a break there. All important ball one in this situation too, because Bearclaw's looking for a strikeout. Oh yeah,
Eaton smokes it to right field at Stanton, and Navarro cannot tag against that arm.
Lord, yeah, no way. Nope. Boy, that is some bad luck for Adam. He's swinging the bat great, but you can't guide these line drives. Look at this. It's just a rope, but it's right at Stanton, and he catches it moving towards home plate. And yeah, no. Not many guys are going to score on that. I don't think anybody could have scored on that, but Saladino with a chance now. They'll keep the infield in with one out. Oh, a game of inches. Couldn't find the gap there.
Oh, it was just
Oh,
crushed.
hit hard. Just didn't have the distance or the elevation. Nope.
Way upstairs, ball one to Saladino.
Well, with the honor, Navarro, I don't, you know, that might be a situation we want a pinch run.
And Shuck would be the option.
Yeah.
Then you're only down to your backup catcher left.
That's all right. You got to score that run. Threw that one by him at 96.
So Navarro at third, Morneau at second. Downstairs. That was a close pitch.
That was. Big difference, 2-1 and 1-2, and advantage hitter, especially in this situation with when you got to make contact. And you know, the great Charlie Lau would say, in this situation, you got to think middle of the field and try and get in the air. That was a nasty breaking ball. Nice job by Tyler leading off of that pitch.
Couple of choices for Robin in there. Jones if you take the lead, Turner if it stays tied, you'd imagine. Infield in, 2-1 on Saladino. That's ball three. Wow. Tell you what, Real Muto behind the plate has given up on both of those. The catch has been in the ground.
Yeah, that's a great point, because as it crosses home plate, it looks like both of those could have been strikes. No.
High in the air, not very deep. 2 down here in the 8th. It'll be up to Melky.
To a 3-1 breaking ball that he jammed himself on. Breaking ball inside corner. Looking, you know, you see a pitch like that, you think it's going to break. It doesn't. That was a backup slider. It turned out to be a great pitch for Bearclaw. Here's Melky.
Two down, 2 on. Melky takes a strike. Bearclaw knows where the breaking stuff's going right now.
Keeps throwing it though.
Ball and a strike. Melky and Bearclaw get together.
Sounds like breakfast to me.
They right themselves. Ball and a strike. Outside.
Okay.
You know, if Melky could only dunk one in.
Yes. Bearclaw would be glazed.
2-1.
Ooh.
Upstairs and fouled away.
Yeah.
Tantalizing at 97.
97. He reached back and got a little extra. It's tough to get above that pitch. So now it's 2-2. And a couple of options for Bearclaw. No.
Strike
No, no,
three.
no, no.
Ball gets away. Melky's on his way to first, and he is
Oh,
there.
Lord.
Everybody's safe. Wow.
Oh my goodness. When was the last time you saw it play like that? Tell you what, you keep showing up at baseball games, something like this is going to happen. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Melky swings at a pitch in the dirt, and Rianudo's got one play, and that was at home as Navarro was moving on the swing and the miss. And they had him, it looked like, but the ball just got kicked out. Ball, oh yeah, he just didn't make contact. His glove, he didn't squeeze the glove, so wow, what a break that was.
On a drop third strike. What do you say if you're a pitching coach here?
Man. And that ball just bounced way away from Realmuto. He had absolutely no chance to get Cabrera at first. His only, and he was heads up in trying to get Navarro. All right, watch Navarro go. He's starting to move. Look at him go. He could go. Oh, the way. Touchdown.
On the side of the Orange Bowl.
Give him. Hermie, attend to him.
My goodness.
Oh, you don't see that. I don't ever remember seeing that before.
Lead run on a strikeout and a wild pitch. Now Abreu to try to bust it open. Strike one. All that work he did gets the line out from Eaton and a pop-up from Saladino, and suddenly a strikeout does in the Marlins righty here in the 8th.
There's that breaking ball in the dirt again that Jose's been prone to swing to in this series.
I think he's a little hesitant to throw that breaking ball in the dirt again on 2 strikes.
Well, he wasn't afraid right there, so.
Nice stop.
Inside fastball target, and he missed by about 3 feet outside. Watch this, Realmuto setting up inside, barely saved it. You're throwing 95 and he misdirections you like that. That's tough. Oh, yeah.
Nice breaking ball inside corner, but the Sox get a run on a strikeout. 8-7 and a wild one in Miami. Chef Karnak, tell us who's in the game.
Oh, man. Nate Jones, he's been great lately. Well, he's been good all year.
There's a bullet strike for Echeverria. 0-1.
Yeah, Nate featuring that 95-plus fastball, hard slider. He's been real good.
Just off the plate, 1-1 on Echeverria, who's 0 for 3 with 2 lineouts to left.
You know who's on deck, don't you?
Mr. 3000.
Yes, sir. So you got to get Echeverria because you got 2 great leadoff hitters following him in Ichiro and D. Gordon.
One with great bat control, one with tremendous speed.
Oh, yeah. This guy, 42, can still do everything, all phases of the game.
1-2 from Jones to Echeverria. Checked his swing and held it up.
I thought he guess not.
You should get 1 appeal yourself per game. You get to make the call.
All right, I'll take that one.
2-2.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
took something off. That is filthy.
Bottom fell out on that slider. Well, he was right on it, and all of a sudden, boom, it just dipped about 3 inches. Nice job by Nate. He's got that funky delivery to begin with. That's a great pitch. That's going to get a lot of guys. Man, you got to dig that baby out, and that's tough.
Good news is bases are clear for Ichiro. And he's not known for his power.
No.
However, you watch him in batting practice. His first swing today went to the upper deck in right field.
Oh, yeah.
Number 29 all time.
Right behind my boyhood idol, Al Kaline of the Tigers.
High in the air. Eaton for out number 2. Here's what the Sox just dodged there.
Yeah. Trust us, it was in the upper deck. Look at him laughing.
But even further than that, he was hooking the ball to right field almost on command and taking most of them out.
Yeah, that's Barry Bonds, in case you were wondering who that was in the behind the cage. I'll tell you, this is a big out right here to get Gordon. I know it's not going to be easy if we get out of this inning, but at least you don't have to deal with this guy's leadoff abilities. 2 out, got to keep him off base because he could just as easily steal second if he does get on.
Already has stolen a base in this series. That was yesterday. Line foul of left. Two strikes on Gordon. And Jones gets him for strike 3.
Wow, great inning.
1, 2, 3 for Nate. We're playing the ninth. The Sox by a run. Right now, Sox with 2 runs, including the final one on a wild pitch off a strikeout, scoring Deoner Navarro. And Kyle Bearclaw is out of the game. Fernando Rodney checks in for the Marlins.
Fernando Rodney, I'll tell you, a guy with a lot of respect, though. Great numbers. Look at that, 2.30 earned run average, 19 out of 21 in saves. He's a good one. Great changeup and a very good fastball.
Changeup is really tough to hit.
It's wicked. Let's not let him do that bow and arrow thing.
A little more menacing than Cupid when he does it.
Oh boy.
Rodney against Frazier.
Fernando.
Would you say he's marvelous?
Marvelous. Marvelous. But he still gets no respect, you know. I'll tell you, the Rodney part.
It trumps the Fernando part?
I think so. I hope so.
Frazier's 1 for 3. Sox leading, trying to win the series in game 2. And there's that changeup for strike 1. Prado at third. 1 away. And the Sox are here because of Nate Jones in the bottom of the 8th. Very impressive, Wimpy.
Very impressive. He's thrown the ball about 97 miles an hour. Look at the slider, the movement. He gets Ichiro too. Anytime you get him out, you got to be happy. He gets in on a fastball. Great slider to Echeverria, and then another tremendous breaking ball down and in. That retires D. Gordon. 1, 2, 3. That's what the Sox needed. Great job, Nate.
1 down, ball 1 to Anderson. Is 2 for 4. Sox are really putting a damper on Miami, a team that struggled to score coming in. They finally put up a run after a drought of about a day and a half yesterday, and then they get 7 today, and the Sox touch them for 8. A team that's in the playoff race, dead center of the wild card race in the National League.
Yeah, 13 hits they've gotten. The Marlins, 10 for the Sox.
That was a strike, didn't get it.
Sure was. So instead of 1 and 2, he's 2 and 1. Sit on that fastball. Nope, throws the changeup.
David Robertson getting loose for the 9th.
Got the save last night.
Strong inning, 2 strikeouts and a ground out as Anderson takes a walk. Tim's 5th walk of his major league career, and he's on for Coates.
How about that? Well, Coates is swinging that bat really well. He's got 2 hits tonight, so maybe Jason can do some more damage. The Sox would really like to add on because it's not going to be easy in the bottom of the 9th inning with Prado, Yelich, and Stanton, first 3 hitters for the Marlins in the 9th.
Anderson back in. Think about maybe putting something on here, hit and run, let him go.
I'd like to see him run. He's got speed to steal that base. And if he doesn't get it, you know, at least you tried to get in scoring position. It's tough.
Marlins thinking the same way, and Anderson scrambles back.
Looks like a pretty good pitch to hit. Real Muto, I don't think he got a firm grip on that ball when he rushed that throw to first. Nice play by Rojas.
Up high for a foul ball, nothing at 2.
I'm a betting man. I'm betting changeup here because I don't think Jason has seen this guy before. I'm sure he hasn't. And Rodney's best pitch is that change.
Oh, 2. Anderson at first. Good lead. There he goes. Coates goes down swinging, and the ball pops away. So Anderson steals second, and the punch out for Coates. He got a very strong lead.
Well,
and now they're going to send
it was a foul
Tim
ball
back, so officially a foul ball.
Right. He must have tipped it. Sure didn't seem like it.
It was in his glove before he swung.
Yeah. That's weird.
You don't think he touched that, do you?
I don't. I really don't.
Tim holds this time. It's 1 and 2. See what the baseball gods have to say about this one.
Boy, you talk about a weird game.
One and 2.
Good job taking that changeup. First one he's thrown.
Fourth reliever used by the Marlins tonight. McGowan, Whitgren, Bearclaw, Rodney. 2 and 2. Coates got a good pitch to hit and grounded it foul. It's a lot of saves.
Yeah. He's had a really good career for a number of teams. I'm surprised his ERA is that high.
He had a couple seasons where he was just unhittable.
Yeah.
.255 saves is 33rd all time in Major League history. One behind Todd Worrell.
Okay.
With 32nd.
Oh,
and
he got
hits
him.
Coates.
So it worked. The old foul tip trick worked.
Gets him every time.
Yep. Good at bat there by Jason. He battled. Down 0-2. Looked like a changeup that just got away from him. You don't see that very often from Rodney. Takes it, turns away from it very nicely, takes it in the shoulder.
The 2 on, 1 out. That's better than 2 out, runner at second. Sox will take it. Navarro, who scored that lead run now on the wild pitch, strike 3. Good ball 1 from Rodney.
Another changeup high.
Doesn't seem like he's got a good feel for it
No, it doesn't.
right now.
He can really make a guy look foolish, righty or lefty, with that change. There's another one a little bit better. 84 miles an hour, and that's a good differential. 9 to 11 miles an hour off your fastball, which is about 93, 94.
Marlins bullpen, Austin Bryce, who made his major league debut last night.
Yeah, he looked good. Moves hard.
Runners off, throw to third. Anderson swipes third, and Coates
Atta
behind
boy.
into second.
Very good. Boy, if you're going to steal second, third base, you want to go with 1 out. And he got a good jump because Rodney wasn't paying any attention to him. And he got a real good jump. Even though it's a left-handed hitter at the plate, Realmuto really didn't have much of a chance. And the throw offline, Prado made a nice save there. So the infield is in, but the count is 1-2 on Navarro's. Got to make contact here. Hit it somewhere. Oh.
Change up for out number 2.
That was that best one he's thrown.
Good time for
Yeah.
it, too.
And especially when he gets 2 strikes, that's his best pitch when it's out of the zone. It's almost like the old split finger pitch. Same type of action. Good delivery. Man, there's a lot of late movement on that. You're going to get a lot of guys with that pitch.
So J.B. Shuck will pinch hit. As Coates, as you saw, has his first major league steal in the same game as his first major league home run.
That was heads up. Following the guy to third.
Filling up the Jason Coates Museum very quickly tonight.
He's going to take that bag with him to the hotel.
Tuck it under his arm.
There you go. Good pitch. Starting to get the feel, looks like.
Sox would love a couple here.
He could bounce that thing too.
Ooh. You said?
He could bounce it. Come on, Rodney.
Got a couple of ladybugs with that one. One more of those. Let's see. Two and one. On the ground, Echeverria. That'll do it. 2 left on. Marlins 2, 3, and 4 hitters are coming up. It's 8-7 Sox. Bottom 9 after this. Robertson for the ninth in a one-run game. He's 28 out of 34 in save opportunities, including last night's one inning. 48 in the third, 42 hits. He struck out 55, and he faces a difficult, rocky portion of the order. Pratto, Yelich, and Stanton in this ninth inning.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're all swinging the bat extremely well tonight. So it's going to be tough. A couple of 300 hitters coming up first, and then the mighty power of Giancarlo Stanton.
Each up with 2 hits. Pratto's 2 for 4, Yelich 2 for 4, Stanton's 2 for 4. Pratto's 3-run homer in the third helped the Marlins get back in the game. Had tied it at 4 at the time. 8-7 Sox now. Robertson to Pratto for ball 1. Robertson 1 for 3 last night. First pitch strikes.
That's a good pitch.
Beautiful.
Cutter right on the outside corner at 90 miles an hour.
Defensive changes for the Sox. Adam Eaton shifts from center to right. J.B. Shuck stays in the game. He's in center. Coates is out. One. Close pitch.
Kind of a backup breaking ball there. Then the third inning, this is what Pratto did to a fastball center cut from James Shields. Hit it a long way on a 2-strike count. 1-2 was the count at the time. So this guy, never count him out, especially he's in charge here at 2-1.
Ripped to short, Anderson.
I'll take 2 more just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Man, was this ball hammered.
Yeah, it's just scalded. Man, I'd say sometimes the harder you hit them, you got to have a little bit of luck on everything. And David got some right there. First out of the inning. All so important. Doesn't get any easier, though. Here's Christian Yelich. He's finally broken out. He's got 2 hits tonight.
And he takes ball 1. Yelich last night 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts. He has struck out once tonight. That was against Albers.
Oh, that's a good pitch on the hands. Not much you're going to do with that one. That was in off the plate. Well, you hit that one hard, it's going to be foul. Appears he really likes the ball over the plate. He prefers it. Anyway, good hitters still handle the inside pitches. We say so many times you can jam a good hitter. He is that.
That's a strike. 1-2.
May have caught him looking in on that one. As it catches the outside corner.
Back-to-back saves on the line for David Robertson. 1-2. Short of the plate. Five games on the road trip. 4th appearance for David Robertson. The youthful Christian Yelich. Two and 2, 1 out. He got him 2 away.
Outstanding curveball right there. That thing was biting hard. Boy, he's going to get a lot of guys with this one. Look at that. That is just pure nasty. Good hitter. Can't find it. So 1 out away, but a tough one in Giancarlo Stanton. And the Sox have a shift on.
3 to the left of second base on the infield. You can only hope he hits it on the ground.
Nice pitch there. He took a lot off of that one at 79. Yeah. Well, he's got one thing on his mind.
Lighting up that sculpture
Yeah.
Down low, ball and a strike. Stanton went deep in the second inning. He drove in 2 more in the 4th. Robertson nods. Stanton's ready. 1-1. In the air, short right field. Eaton on the charge. He can't make the play.
Second
Stanton's
base.
going for 2. He is dead to right. Stanton is out. And the Sox win in bizarre fashion all night long. But it's a win nonetheless. 8-7. See you later.
Lord have mercy. I hope Stanton's not injured, but he did not run from the get-go. They're not going to appeal this thing, are they? Might as well. Long way to run for Adam Eaton. Can't come up with it. And the throw. Oh, he pulled something. He pulled something. I think Stanton is injured. And that's the reason. Looked like a hand right there. Oh, he's definitely tagged. So I don't even think they'll appeal. Watch it right here. He's looking. He's, ow, there it grabs. Oh, boy. No, he is tagged on the shoulder, but he was far away from the base. Wow. What a, I tell you, this is weird and wacky as I've ever seen. But the Sox come out with a chance to sweep tomorrow. How about that?
How about the offense tonight? Coming back, Morneau gets the pinch hit double, and some heads-up base running from Navarro.
I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty good road trip for the Sox. They could just as easily been undefeated at this point, too, from that Kansas City series where they lost 2 out of 3.
Chance for a sweep tomorrow. See you then.
Okay, I'll be here.
So for our director, Jim Angio, producer Mark Brady, associate producer Dave Ross, our tech manager Mark Harper, and the executive producer Jim Corno Jr. He's Tom Paciorek. I'm Jason Benetti saying so long for our entire crew from Miami.